Hello. Bonjour, welcome. The educated of you will realise we are in France today for Ero F5 round 12 of season 8. And we're in for a good, exciting one today. We've got one-shot qualifying, followed by a sprint, and then a proper race. So for the viewers who don't know what one-shot qualifying is, it's basically everyone has one lap at the same time and they're off already. They get one go at it. We're going to be watching Boyman if we can get on him, because he is the championship leader. And we're going to hide who is where at the moment. So they're all doing it at the same time. Obviously, not all on the track at the same time. They have their own track, if you like. And Boyman has just finished Sector 1, and you can see it's currently P5. So, of course, if you disqualify yourself or invalidate the track limits, that is pretty bad. But you do have the sprint race to get back up the order, as Boyman takes a little bit conservative into that corner, just about finishing Sector 2 now. Just about in P3. Who is above him? We don't know. We're going to find out at the end of the race. Flat out right-hander here. A legend of F5. Once saved the car here beautifully. It's got the most viewed video, actually, on Ero's channel. What a goat he is. Comes into the final sector and it's now P1. Nico Hildeman's running to DNF somehow on the qualifying lap. Impressive stuff from Nico as Boyman rounds the final corner. Currently in P1. Vinrules has also binned it, so disaster for Vinrules as well. Boyman still in the lead by the looks of this. He crosses the line and he's going to go on pole position. Well done to Boring Boyman. Starts first again. This is just a sprint race though. Let's have a look. No, we will find out now. What the grid is looking like, nobody knows. Boyman's first, we know that. We watched him. He's got a lovely fish helmet on. What a legend. So here's the grid then. We've got Boyman followed by Vries, Lee Webb, Rocha, Villeneuve, Morgonius, Parker, Sully, Swistak, Shade Mabs, Blackwolf, and Lees, Vinrules, Nico Hildeman. The only ones not to invalidate, but Tim Lees has had an absolute nightmare there. 9 seconds off the pace. Look how close Vries was, though, to Boyman. Just a tenth between them all. Obviously, the others going a little bit conservative. But sorry, not Tim Lees, Tim Liza. My bad habits. Difficult to break. Clearly... had a bit of a spin, as he does. He isn't in the Beyblade, of course. And he's managed to do it in one-shot qualifying. So, we're going to be straight into the sprint race, straight into the action tonight. No faffing around with qualifying. And there is no formation lap in either the sprint or the race. So, we're going to be full throttle all the way. I'm not going to get a break. I haven't even got a drink with me. What a mistake that was. But never mind. We'll crack on for the hour and hope for the best. So the guys will be changing the tyre pressures. The setup will be the same as the one in qualifying. Part firmware is on. So they cannot change the setups between sessions. Looks like a sunny day. No threat of rain in the sprint at least. Perhaps there will be in the actual race. Only time will tell. So Boyman on pole. That's a bit disappointing, to be honest. I wanted him to start last and work his way up, but you can't have everything in life. We'll have a few battles. The grid will be mixed up nicely with that one-shot qualifying. Went quite well, actually. So it's lights out and away they go. Boyman gets away very, very well. Lee Webb also got away fantastically, and I think he's going to have Vries into turn 1. Villeneuve up the inside of his compatriot Rocha. He's going to have P4 if he works out quite well. There's a little bit of contact in the background. I think Rocha and Villeneuve have actually come together. Villeneuve now closing in on Rocha. Further behind, we do have a spinner. Let's have a look who that is. It was Vinrules. Oh dear. Well, he started badly and is not done much better now. And Rocha all over the back of Vries. Certain to have him here now. Tyres. What have people done for tyres? They've all gone to the mediums. All gone to the mediums. Incredible as Rocha goes down the inside of Vries. All Oh, there's contact immediately. They're both spun around. Oh, no, it's gone wrong. What a beautiful 360 that was from Rocha, though. Fantastic recovery. Much better than Vries, who I'd probably say that's Vries's fault. Just looking at that, but who knows? I've been wrong before. Lee Webb still managed to stay with Boyman, and Villeneuve really needs a good race today. He's been pretty poor the past few races, so he needs a bit of a better one today. 2 seconds off P2 at the moment. As further back, we have a bit of movement with Swistak and Kirota. As Luke Jobson and Kirota is going round the outside of Swistak. Great move. Beautiful stuff. So this sprint race already in lap 1. Great race. Overtakes galore. Incidents aplenty. That's what we like to see. If someone's gone, Swistak has spun. He's had a bit of a moment. And that allows Nico Hilterman to have a go at him. Drag race down to the first corner. This could be dangerous. Was Nico Hilterman not the quickest driver on the grid? He's currently on P11. Good performance by him so far. As Lee Webb is staying with Boyman, and he could make this very interesting. So carry on, Lee Webb. That's what we want to see. Nico Hilterman has invalidated or exceeded track limits 3 times in 1 lap. That is not good news or a good start to him at all. Tim Lyser's Beybladed. He's Beybladed immediately in lap 2. Beyblade is doing Beyblade things again. And he's dropped down the orders to P12. Vries obviously having a dreadful start after that collision with Rocha. Further upfield, Villeneuve has closed in on Lee Webb, who's clearly had an issue. Dropped back from Boyman 2 seconds off the pace. So Villeneuve will be able to get through as quickly as possible. Elliot Parker very close to Shane Mabs. Is he going to send it down the inside of this difficult corner? Predicted pit stop strategy. That is useful information by AWS. 0 stops, either the mediums or the hard in the sprint race. Fantastic information. As Parker goes up the rear of Shane Mabs, and he's in a Williams sandwich. He's trying to go around the outside of Rocha, doing beautifully here though. He's going to go right round the outside of Parker. He's going to send it up the inside into the final corner. Yes, he is. 3 wide into the final corner. Oh my God, what's happening? Oh, things have happened there. They've flown through each other. Luckily, they've all got away with it unscathed as Rocha's going round the outside of Parker. And Parker's going to send it down the inside. There's going to be almost certain contact, but no, they managed to keep it clean. Well done to Parker for that one. Backing out as Parker goes completely off the track. Clearly suffering some floor damage or something from when they were on top of each other. Fantastic stuff. Anyway, what is going on further ahead? Luke Jobson all over the back of Sully. Blackwolf getting the 3-second penalty. Everyone struggling for track limits in France. So we're on lap 3 of 9 already. This sprint race is turning out to be a very, very good one. As Rocha and Shane Mabs, the teammates, will they play the team game? Doesn't look like Shane Mabs is, though. He's gotten very defensive very early. Rocha's going to go around the outside. Is Shane Mabs conceding position here? We don't know. Oh, this is going to be a bit tight as Parker tries to go around the outside of Shane Mabs, but fails to do so. Oh dear me, as Shane Mabs has spun. Parker's given me a little love tap, and Shane Mabs is reversing on track, doing a Mr. Bean. Well done. He was born here, Mr. Bean, in France, and Shane Mabs doing things that we don't really want to watch. Further front, Boyman is in the lead. Hopefully he'll spin later to make it a little bit more exciting for everyone else. We're not going to cover him at all today if he does stay out in front, because we don't want the viewers to get bored. It's Villeneuve, Morgonius, P2 in the championship, needs a good performance. And it didn't have the best qualifying, obviously one-shot quali. Who knows? We don't know the pace of these drivers. It's really messed up the grid, and it's caused fantastic first 3 laps as Morgonius sets the fastest lap of the race so far in P4, catching up to Villeneuve and Lee Webb. Lee Webb dropping off the pace a little bit, and Villeneuve staying in DRS of Lee Webb, being able to keep up. ERS levels are very low for everyone. They've gone crazy in the first 3 laps, and they really are treating this like a sprint, as they should. It is a sprint indeed. So Villeneuve's lining up for a move on the back straight on Lee Webb. Lee Webb's going to be struggling, although he does have 40% ERS compared to Villeneuve's 16. So he might be able to defend this one, although he's not using any ERS at the moment. Maybe he wants to sit behind. Villeneuve's going to get the job done here. Surely he's got to send it. He's got no ERS though, struggling. He's going to send it down the inside. Both give each other a lot of room, a lot of space, a lot of respect. So Villeneuve all over the back of him. Is he going to send it up the inside into the next fast right-hander? I don't think he'll be able to be honest. It's going to be a flat-out corner. It's going to be absolute suicide if he tries that one. Not this lap. Morgonius has dropped off a little bit. Obviously, a little bit of mistake from him. As Boyman still leads the way, and the gap is increasing as Lee Webb is under pressure from Villeneuve behind. Further back, Vinrals has obviously had to pit, so he's having a problem. There are not going to be many safety cars around France. Luke Jobson's done a fantastic job, up 10 places in the sprint race. Brilliant stuff from him. And of course, the results of the sprint decide the grid for the race, which will begin in about 5 to 10 minutes' time. So, don't go anywhere, because we're going to have another start and another bit of chaos. Vries obviously got pace further back in P11 at the moment. Villeneuve very close. Did look like he cut the corner a little bit there as we just came onto him, but he's very close to Lee Webb. He certainly needs a P2 so he can send it down the inside of Boyman on the next start, putting the pressure on his rival in the championship. Boyman about 50 points in the lead though, so really we need a few DNFs from him to make the championship very exciting. But they are still battling P2 in the championship. Morgonius and Villeneuve not too far away, and Lee Webb's in the mix as well. He's got a great performance this year, Lee Webb, as we see Black Wolf having issues. Well, we don't see him, there he is, having serious problems as Villeneuve closes, but not quite close enough. Needs to recharge that battery. Lee Webb's got the ERS on him, and Boyman out in the lead, almost half battery. Black Wolf's gone again at the back of the grid. So Villeneuve is pushing Lee Webb along. He's got to send it at some point. Massive respect for each other, these guys. They've probably got a combined age of about 100. Not an exaggeration. I think Lee Webb's in his 50s and Villeneuve in his 40s. So they could well be touching the 100 mark between them. Vast amounts of life experience. They're unlikely to collide, of course, because they have brain cells, which is more to be said than most of the drivers in the Ero. Namely Vries, who did cause an incident probably at the start of the race after starting P2, so that's why P11. Unfortunate stuff. But he will want to get into that top 10 at least. Maybe that's a goal for him, although no points in the sprint for P9 and 10. Just the top 8 as Vries now easily passes Swistak after Swistak gets a terrible exit. Black Wolf having an absolute nightmare of a job in last place. So he's got it all to do in the real race. As Luke Jobson now gets a 3-second time penalty, which is a little bit of a surprise in P5. That could cost him a couple of positions at the moment as it stands. Tim Liza, great recovery all over the back of front runner Elliot Parker, who is just about getting a point from this sprint race, but not for much longer, as Tim Liza on lap 6 is going to line up the move on Parker. Clearly got the pace, because if he didn't do that 360 spin, it would be much higher up the order. So we do have another yellow flag, as Black Wolf is having serious issues today, which is very unlike him. He normally is terrible in qualifying, and Black Wolf's decided to call it a day, rest and recoup, ready for the actual race. Unlikely to be safety car now, of course. Tim Liza lining up the move, but cannot get the job done. So the race has gone a little bit stagnant, no moves at the moment, but Tim Liza is all over the back of Elliot Parker, and he could send it down the inside here if he's really brave, or even the next corner, but that would be pushing the boat out a little bit too much. Well, Elliot Parker's done something here. Oh, Elliot Parker! He's caught the Beyblade syndrome off Tim Liza, who was right behind him, and Tim, just goes through, and Elliot Parker has just completely gone off the road. I don't even know what happened there, but something did. So, further up the field, Villeneuve. Oh no, Black Wolf's just coming out of the pits. Oh, he did retire, but just coming out of the pits, a lap down, ghosted in everyone's way. Not really his fault, but it does happen. Oh, it's causing absolute carnage, actually. But anyway, that's caused Villeneuve to drop back a little bit from Lee Webb. I think it's going to stay as it is unless Lee Webb makes a mistake. Now, lap 7, 3 laps to go. Boyman in the lead by only 2.5 seconds, actually. So he's dropped off a little bit. So that's good news for the race. We do need a race this week, really. I mean, Boyman was rubbish last year, so he's improved significantly and deserves everything he gets from this season. But we do want him to slow down a little bit, make it more fun for everyone involved. But I think this has been an exciting sprint race so far, as Rocha lines up the move on Luke Jobson, who does have that 3-second penalty, but so does Rocha by the looks of it. Vinrals now gets another 3-second penalty right to the back of the grid. We get to the point in the race where we are wishing we got a drink beforehand. But never mind. just like Kimi Räikkönen, I will not have a drink for the rest of the race. That's life. We'll struggle on, as Russia 5 tenths behind Luke Jobson is the closest battle on track. Everyone else spread out a little bit, errors galore, and no one really being able to stay within that DRS zone of each other. So penalties wise, okay, so Russia doesn't actually have to get past Luke Jobson, which makes sense. He may as well stay behind. Luke's actually going to lose quite a lot of places through this. So Vinales has burned through a set of softs, which he didn't really want to do, but he has. So the big losers of the day, there isn't really massive losers apart from Vries. And the big winner of the sprint, obviously, Luke Jobson, which is going to lose 3 places, so he's only really up 7. That's not too bad. Had an absolutely shocking qualifying, though. Don't know what happened to him there. Difficult, though. Risk and reward in one-shot quali. Here he goes, Russia, down the inside of Kirota. And they beautifully side-by-side action here as Russia still hangs it around the inside, and they great respect from both drivers there. And I think Russia's got the line here, but he's a little bit further behind. So Luke's obviously using ERS. And they're right next to each other going into this fast right-hander. Who's going to come out in front? Russia still right there behind Luke. Does he send it down the inside? Oh, he could have had a go there. He could have stuck his nose in where it wasn't wanted. He stays behind for now. He will get the position. Before the end of the race, well, at the end of the race, when Luke crossed the line with more penalties, unless Russia is close to another penalty, of course, which is entirely possible. We don't know. Further forward, it's pretty stable. Morgonius could have a go at Villeneuve. Last lap seems unlikely. He really needs to push this first sector and get within DRS zone, but the battle is Russia versus Kirota. So we're going to stick on this one for the last lap of the sprint. 27 more laps to go in the real race, of course. Immediately after this, no formation lap, so we'll be straight back into the action. No rest for the drivers as Russia pushing all the limits. He wants to do this on track. Oh dear, Luke making his car as wide as something. Great commentary. But here we go. The final opportunity, you would feel, as Russia not really gaining on Luke. As Morgonius and Villeneuve are going side by side. We've almost completely missed that one. As, oh no, Villeneuve gets a 3-second penalty in that madness. Morgonius is through. Villeneuve now, well, he's not going to lose a position, but he's not going to get ahead of Morgonius. He may as well stay behind here and play it safe. But Morgonius from absolutely nowhere has managed to jump him and get P3. Villeneuve will be absolutely disgusted with himself there, because Morgonius is miles behind. As Parker fairly close to Swiss up, but not close enough. Shane Mabs looking for the move on Nico Hildeman. Is he going to send it? Yes, he is. Here comes Shane Mabs down the inside. Nico Hildeman side by side. These two absolutely fantastic drivers going side by side. Nico Hildeman blatantly cutting the corner, but avoiding a collision. Here comes Shane Mabs full throttle. He's going to get the job done on Nico. They're going side by side through the fast right-hander. This could end in tears, everybody. As Shane Mabs goes completely off the track. This is all about let them race. Nico Hildeman goes completely off the track as well. Apparently we're doing France no rules. Anyway, further forward, people are finishing, but this is a great battle. I'm going to stick with it. Go on, Shane Mabs. Oh, send it. Send it down the inside here. Nico Hildeman goes wide. Shane Mabs is through. Up into P12. Fantastic stuff from Shane Mabs. Nico Hildeman looking to get the place back, but it's not going to happen. Shane Mabs up into P12 in the sprint race. So he's not made any positions at all, I don't think, but he'll be pleased to do that one on track. Two goats of F5 going hammer and tongs. Shane Mabs, Nico Hildeman, what a battle that was. We need to see more of that in the race, as Shane Mabs just finished P12. So the results, Boyman P1, of course, boring Boyman. Lee Webb P2, solid drive, needs to be quicker in the race though to challenge for that win. That was a good sprint. Enjoyed that. So points there. Look, we see as Boyman, has points. No, I think a little PlayStation symbol. I don't know what that means. Cross plays a nail in the lobby. Tim Liza, what are you playing at? If that's the case, I also didn't notice it though. So never mind. But seems to be no internet issues so far, so we will be happy with that one. We'll have a quick look at the race director if we can. Apparently we can't. Never mind. Yeah, so now we haven't got the standings, but from memory it was Boyman, Lee Webb, Morgonius, Villeneuve, probably the top four drivers, correct really, the top four pace-wise, so you know, everyone moans saying one-shot quality messes everything up. Well, F5 has proven it doesn't actually mess everything up. Everyone is pretty much in the same place, so happy days. Whew. So we get a very brief rest. About 10 to 15 seconds before we go again for a start. Oh no, we go immediately. What's happened? I don't know, but something's happening. No lights are on at the moment. Oh my god, I don't know what's going on. I thought we were starting then. Panic alert. This looks a bit more overcast. This looks a bit more overcast. This could be rain, everybody. This could be rain later in the race. Stay tuned. Love it. Love it. Apparently someone needs an invite. Oh my god, we haven't got time. We're going to try. We'll invite him. Lee Webb. Just managed to disconnect. Oh my word. Disaster. Get back in the lobby quick. I didn't see him leave though, so hopefully he's back in. Anyway, Tim's invited everyone, so well done, Tim, for that one. And we will be starting very shortly. We can actually see, if you look in the top right corner, what tyres people have selected at the moment, and they are changing as they go. So we can have a look at the tyres and what they're selecting. There's many drivers going for the hard tyres, and quite a lot of the mediums, as we will get underway, and Lee Webb is not back in the game. It's going to absolutely cause chaos and also a disaster for Lee Webb. But Boyman gets away really slowly. Morgonius is going to have a go at him, by the looks of it. Lee Webb ghosting is in P1. Unbelievable scenes. Oh, Lee Webb is in the lead as AI. Fantastic what is happening here. Disaster. Lee Webb's joined. Is in the game. Is in between three cars. This is absolute carnage. Oh, Lee, I'm so disappointed for you. It's so unfortunate. As people go through him, there's going to be contact when he gets back in. Come on, join. Get in. As Villeneuve further forward anyway. He's all at the back of Boyman. Got a great start on those medium tyres. Morgonius just behind. Rocha looking for a move on Morgonius. As Lee Webb is back in the session, but is he in his car? We don't really know. He'll get in it soon. So no real incidents at the start, although Swistak is a long way back, so I've missed that. I think Lee Webb... Oh, he's still not in. Come on, man. Anyway, let's ignore that. Villeneuve all over the back of Boyman. Lee Webb having serious difficulties. Quite clearly unfortunate to get internet issues at this time. Parker drops down the order. Clearly had a spin. As Villeneuve is all over the back of Boyman. All over the back of him. He's got to send it early. He has got to send it early. Boyman on those hard tyres. He needs to get through. Get away. Knock him off the track if you need to. That's what we want to see. The neutral viewers of the F5 Championship cannot wait for Boyman to DNF. But here comes Villeneuve. All over the back. As Tim Liza gets through Lee Webb, the ghosted car. Very, very sad to see indeed. Probably should invite him, but this battle's too good. It is a friends-only lobby, by the way, so he can join. I'm not being cruel. He's probably restarting his PlayStation. If he gets back in, he could still win the race, to be honest, because it might be a safe car. Morgonius, great exit compared to Villeneuve. Villeneuve's had an absolute shambles of an exit. Morgonius all over the back of Villeneuve, and this could be a move. He's not using ERS, though. Villeneuve is, because he's had a shocker of an exit. Rocha all over the back of Morgonius. He's going to send it down the inside. Don't hit anyone else. Last of the late breakers. Rocha is through. Morgonius giving him plenty of space. Does not want to get collected. Great driving from all involved there. That's Elliot Parker all over the back of Reese, but doesn't send the move. So Boyman stays ahead. Villeneuve under pressure behind. As Tim Liza. Oh, that's what pressure behind looks like as Luke Jobson sends it down the inside. I've waited all the sprint race for someone to do that. Beautiful move from Luke. Lovely to see. What does Tim do in response? Nothing he can do. Fantastic stuff from Luke. As Black Wolf gets through Lee Webb as well. Lee Webb having serious problems. Maybe I should invite him again just to be nice. But, you know, clearly he couldn't rejoin last time. But we will try one last time. He's not even online, so he's clearly having massive, massive internet issues. Very, very sad for him. But anyways, invited. That's all we can do. Villeneuve still over the back of Boyman. Just have that tyre advantage. So he needs to get the job done quick. Get ahead of him. Unless he's stretching out the medium-soft strategy, but I severely doubt it around France. The strategy is medium-hard or hard-medium. One stop, it's almost certain. Safety cars could play a factor, but unlikely to get any safety cars, although we do have Nico Hildeman in the game, so you never know. Morgonius lining up the revenge attack on Rocha. And Villeneuve for the lead. He's going around the outside of Boyman. This is it. Boyman's having to sit back and take it. As Villeneuve takes the lead of the race. And Rocha and Morgonius are going side by side further. Oh no, Morgonius has smashed into Rocha. And Rocha's had to spin round, and now he's got a real job to do. After that contact, very, very, very unfortunate for Rocha. He was having a great race, so he'll be hoping for collisions and incidents ahead to stop that. Now Villeneuve needs to power through and get out the DRS of Boyman very, very quickly and carry on at pace, but it doesn't look like he's going to do it. He's used a lot of ERS, but you never know. Rocha, Lee Webb's joined. Fantastic stuff. Get back in the game. He's only P10. Lap 3. Oh, at least you're not last. I mean, we do have AI set at 61 instead of the normal 41. For reasons like this, it seems harsh to drop down the order massively when you have these problems. Anyway, enough of that. As Villeneuve sets the fastest lap of the race, and he has got out of DRS of Boyman, which is exactly what he needed to do. Because he doesn't want to drag Boyman along. Rocha down the inside of Black Wolf. So he's got a real job to do now, but he's giving it a good go, and it'll provide some entertainment for us all later on. As Black Wolf not really going to battle that one, it's not worth it. Lee Webb still not back in the game, unfortunate stuff for him. And that's very sad. Very sad. Could just be a case of him not knowing how to join, as Boyman's managed to get within DRS of Villeneuve somehow, so he's been dragged along nicely, which Villeneuve won't be very happy about. But yeah, you know, Villeneuve's got track position, which accounts for quite a lot, although Boyman's going to be rapid on the mediums at the end with Villeneuve on the hard, so bear that in mind. Reese looking for a move on Shaymub's, not going to get it done this time. Someone's gone wide, Black Wolf's wide. Boyman might be looking for a move on Villeneuve again, but if I'm Boyman, I'd just stay behind, to be honest, and take DRS. Stay in that train as the one to watch, I think, is Rocha. Definitely got the pace on Tim Liza, the Beyblade, ahead. No idea when pit stops happen, by the way. So we're just going to wing it and see. So Rocha not close enough into turn 1, but he might have him down the back straight if he keeps nice and tidy through sector 1, which this looks fairly tidy. Pretty good first couple of corners. The Vries is now past Shaymub's. Oh, shade! Oh, shade! Oh, no. Very, very bad indeed, as it's being overtaken by the AI of Lee Webb. Lee Webb will get points here and not even participate. Oh, funny, as Shaymub's just drives through him. No skill involved at all. Rocha all over the back of Tim Liza. This is an easy pass, I would say. Tim is trying to defend. Should have defended the inside if he really wanted to do that. As they get very close. Tim obviously doing a good job, it would seem, as Lee Webb still ghost, quicker than Shaymub's. Answers on a postcard for that one. Rocha still stays behind the Beyblade, cannot get past. As Luke Jobson, rarely here all year, is up into P4. Oh, just as I say that, 3-second time penalty. Commentator's curse, never mind. Who else can we curse? Boyman, he's doing well. Look how brilliant he is. Oh, instant DNF. No, not quite. We can dream, we can hope, we can pray. We really want a championship battle. as Rocha takes a lovely wide line. He's going to get a better exit than Tim Liza. He's going to go full throttle ERS, deploy. I'm pressing the button for you. I think he could have got past him there, but he's just decided not to. Save a bit of ERS. Pretty sensible. Morgonius now in DRS of Boyman, so they've got a bit of a train going at the front there. As the closest battle still is Rocha and Tim Liza. No one else really looking to challenge. I can't see Boyman overtaking Villeneuve. I think that would be very silly. But you never know. Could happen. He does have some questionable strategists. Just Boyman. As Morgonius now all over the back of Boyman. Boyman's got a terrible exit. Beautiful camera angle to see that. And Morgonius using ERS. Use your ERS. This is the time to use it. Send it down the inside of him. Send it. He's not going to send it at all. He's going to stay behind. Very, very boring. Boring Morgonius, not boring Boyman. As Morgonius chooses to stay behind. Probably tactical. Probably for the best. As Arasha does get past Tim Liza and we miss it. Because things were happening further forward. Luke Jobson has dropped back significantly. Clearly had a massive, massive problem. So commentator's curse is still with him. If I say how terrible he's doing, perhaps he'll jump a few cars. Yeah, he's doing really bad now. So hopefully that changes. Or they're still going side by side. Luke Jobson again down the inside of that corner. Lovely to see. What a camera angle. I can't see anything now, but it does get the job done. Boyman still in touch with Villeneuve. As we can see there, 6 laps into the race, sorry. We're about to start lap 7. Shade Mabs and Sully battling. Or Sully just having massive issues. As I think Lee Webb is in the game. Lee Webb's in the game. He's got some pace. We can watch him now because he's going to fight his way through the field. Lost a lot of positions. That's unfortunate. Rocha gets a penalty and ruins everything as Tim Liza. Oh, Rocha gets a penalty and then spins immediately. So that's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So Rocha's got again. This time it's his own fault by the looks of it. As Morgonius again gets a better exit than Boyman. Does he use ERS this time? There has to be a time he needs to get past here because Morgonius could win this race. If he deploys, gets past Boyman, he can probably get past Villeneuve as well, and then streak away. He looks to have the pace here, but he's staying behind Boyman. Probably tactical, but with that tyre differential, I'd be wanting to get away from Boyman as quickly as possible. If it was me. Further back, Lee Webb all over the back of Shea Mabs. He'll be angry. No, we wanted to get past Shea Mabs all over the road. Oh dear, lagging like I don't know what. He needs an internet warning if I've ever seen one before. Get all over it, stewards. He needed one the other week, to be honest. But Lee Webb down the inside, and Shea Mab's not going to fight that one, surely. Surely don't fight it. Lee Webb's through, mate. Much, much quicker than you. Lee Webb down the inside. Oh, he's had to cut the corner a bit, but it's a good move from Lee Webb. And actually, Shea Mab's now going under pressure from Sully and Vries behind as Sully nips up the inside. Oh, there's almost contact there. Shea Mabs is jumping around like a jack in a box. Look at this. Awful, awful stuff. Dreadful. But anyway, they're not calling too much. Could be move here though. There's a very Sully and Shea Mabs separated by about half a second. But no one's going to send it down the inside. They are more sensible than that. Not normally, but they are today. So Morgonius, third time lucky. Can he get another good exit? He's got another pretty decent exit, to be honest. He's catching Boyman a little bit, but not quick enough. Boyman really low on ERS. He's got none left, and neither is Villeneuve. Morgonius in a great position here, if only he knew it. To just... Well, he doesn't know it, because look at the flashing lights on Boyman and Villeneuve's car. That tells you no ERS, no battery. Use yours, get past. Luke Jobson does have a penalty, but is on the back of the Beyblade Tim Liza, who has spun this race and is in P4. So that shows you how badly everyone else has done. As Shea Mabs is now behind Sully, and the Vries looking to get by as well. Easy move. Shea Mabs going very slowly and jumping all over the road. Disastrous internet connection. So Morgonius dropped off. Clearly had an issue. But he'll catch back up pretty quickly. He's got a decent amount of ERS. Look how much pace he's got. I mean, he's dropped off and immediately caught up. as Boyman just hangs on to Villeneuve. And Villeneuve's probably doing Boyman a favour here, just dragging him along, which is not the intention. As Morgonius does need to step on it a little bit here and get back within DRS before the detection zone, which he could just about do if he gets this corner correct. But he hasn't, so he's not within DRS just yet, but it's touch and go. Just about snuck back within it. It will be very close. I think he's going to have DRS for the straight, so he's done quite well to recover there. As Luke Jobson is lining up Tim Liza, the Beyblade. Will he spin? Not this lap. But I think Luke's going to get the job done. Although Tim's got a lot of DRS, so perhaps not. So Luke decides to stay behind, I think, this lap and save a bit of battery. Boyman, all over the back of Villeneuve. Something's happened there. Boyman's going for the move. He's going for the move on Villeneuve. He's going down the inside. Villeneuve will not like this at all. Going side by side through the fast right-hander. Villeneuve gives a lot of space. Somehow Boyman's through. I don't know how that happened. Does Villeneuve send it down the inside? Unfortunately not. So for the viewers who are wanting a nice championship rival crash, we haven't got one yet. But there is time. There is time. Can't see a safety car this race. Just to say that, Nico Hildeman pops up on the middle of the screen and reminds me he's still in the game. So maybe there will be one. Who knows? But Villeneuve now can maybe recharge his battery. He's choosing not to. Is obviously frustrated to lose out to Boyman. Morgan is not far behind at all. So this is quite a good race, actually. Quite a nice little battle. Though Boyman is on those hard tyres and Villeneuve on the mediums, so perhaps the mediums are going off a little bit. And the hard tyres just carry on. Carry on forever. But what exit will Villeneuve get? He needs to get on the throttle nice and early without spinning the car. Looks to have a better exit than Boyman. Although Boyman is now streaking away, Villeneuve not going to get the job done here. Looks to be struggling through there. There's Vries all over the back of Sully. There's a lot of action in this race, isn't there? There's a lot of overtakes. Perhaps France is a good track for this sprint race, so good choice, guys. It's been pretty good so far. We're only on lap 10. My voice is gone. Here's Vries. Easy move on Sully. No dramas. Down the inside. Cuts back right in the braking zone. A little bit dirty. But probably all fine. Morgonius still can't quite get in that DRS zone. He's just about in it now, but he needs to really get on with it, really. I think he's got the potential to win this race and not really using it so far. Sully and Vries battling every lap, it would seem. Luke Jobson still stays behind Tim Liza, just can't get the job done at all. Tim managing this beautifully, obviously defending very, very well. In a good position, actually, Tim, despite the spin. Safety car would be nice. Unlikely, but safety car would be nice about now. It'd ruin Boyman's race. He'd have to struggle on the mediums for a long, long time. And the ones on the mediums will be happy for safety car right about now. But there's the three. We can see who gets the better exit through here. They've all got pretty even ones, it would seem. Morgonius swinging the car violently through that corner. It seems to work for him as he gains very marginally on Villeneuve, but not enough. They've all got DRS. They've all got a nice train. So it could get interesting towards the end as Black Wolf somehow goes past Chiarota. Because Chiarota went miles off the track. Absolutely miles off the track. And now Roche is through as well, side by side. Oh, almost contact there. Still side by side. Roche hangs it around the outside. Beautiful driving from both these guys. And Luke's had to concede position there, but he's not giving up that easily. He's going to have the outside line for this one. Roche is going to have to be very cautious. Oh, there's contact. Oh. Well, Luke's gone... he's almost gone to Germany. He's gone that wide. And yeah, he's obviously spun because his tyres have got on the dirt. Ugh. Unfortunate stuff. It can happen as someone pits. Oh, Villeneuve's got 5 second penalty speed in the pit lane. Absolute disaster. Disaster. Schoolboy stuff. Oh, no. And he obviously puts on the hard tyres to the end. So people are starting to pit. Ah, Villeneuve, what a plank. The 5-second penalty speeding the pit lane. Ruins everything just as it was getting exciting. We've still got Morgonius versus Boyman. This could get interesting. Similar ERS now. We will watch Morgonius. Hopefully gets a great exit and Boyman spins his tyres up a little bit. We're going to have side-by-side action into the chicane. Nice big collision. Safety car deployed. Nico Hülkenberg gets another 3-second time penalty. He must be on about 30 seconds now. As Villeneuve drops down to P10. Very long pit lane in France. Very long pit lane in France. So you really don't want to be pitting more times than you have to. Hence the one-stop strategy is the way to go. As Russia and Black Wolf are going side by side down the back straight. Russia has the inside line and going to get the job done pretty easily actually. Is in front of him before the braking zone. Further back, Nico Hülkenberg is having severe difficulties. Massive skill issue. Enough of that. Morgonius is on the back of Boyman. And this is the battle for the lead. How close is he? He's not close enough. And he swings into that final corner and tries to get a better exit. Doesn't quite do it very well. Lost time. Blow from Russia. Still fighting. Russia, decent recovery. Following a few incidents. Same with Tim Liza and Lee Webb. Got handed to the guy. Wasn't in the first 5 laps and just snailed down the order. It's back up to P6. Probably not put a foot wrong. And Vries gets the 5-second penalty as well. So people clearly having severe issues as they come into the pits. So Luke Jobson enters the pit lane quite early, I would say, if you're on the hard tyre, but he's gone for it anyway. Swistak goes in as well. And why are everyone's getting a 5-second penalty for speeding? Oh, Kirota retires. Why has he done that? Well, that's a shame. He must have things to do. That's a great shame. But everyone's getting penalties, it would seem, for speeding the pit lane. So just slow down, guys. It's a good learning, though, to take into the F4 race. So I will bear that one in mind. Don't speed in the pit lane. Pretty key thing. But if everyone does it, then fair enough. As Morgonius all over the back of someone. Oh yeah, it's Boyman. I remember. That dude. In the lead. And he's actually pulling away now, so Morgonius will probably pit this lap. As Boyman goes around again, Morgonius surely pits this lap. And gets himself a 5-second penalty for cutting the pit entry. Not very intelligent. Maybe someone will report it, maybe they won't. I suspect if Morgonius wins or comes in front of someone by 5 seconds, he will get a penalty for blatantly cutting the entry. Simple stuff. Don't do it. I'll always try and catch him, of course. I was a bit cruel like that. No doubt Elliot Parker will pit this lap. We need to have one eye on Boyman. See what his times are like out in front. No serious issues here, and Parker actually stays out. Vindrels, you're next on the list. Oh, you're going to be a naughty boy. No, he goes around another lap. Nico Hülkenberg, it's about time for you to pit. Let's catch them all. Oh no, he decides to go around again. Thought he was pitting there, but apparently not. Nothing else is going on in the race, so we may as well try and catch a few pit entries, especially as we saw Morgonius. So it's only fair that they're all caught. So penalties. Well, there's a little bit of a break in play. We have the Russia on 3 seconds in P3. Villeneuve 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. What a noob. Parker 6, Vries 8, Hilton 6, Swistak 3. Everyone else very clean. Well done to the clean drivers. So there's gaps everywhere and it's turned into a ball fest, a snore fest. And it's all Boyman's fault. No, not really. But he is winning again by a mile. Prime Vettel all the way. Commendable, really. Disappointing, but you know, good for him, I guess. So Elliot Parker is really going to be struggling on those 13-lap-old tyres. And he's coming into the pit lane. No, he's not. Finrals. Here he comes. Final corner. A blatant corner cut. Blatant cut. Pit entry, everybody. Absolutely blatant. Unbelievable stuff. Nico Alderman spun. So it's a bit harsh to watch him. But we will anyway, because that's a bit of a laugh. As Swiss Stack goes through. Nico Alderman on his hot tyres. Almost certainly pits here. Yes, and another blatant cut of the pit entry, guys. Fantastic stuff. Well done. Almost crashes into the pit wall. Massive, massive skill issue. But anyway, there's probably 3 penalties coming for pit entry. It's not hard. I mean, just stay right. Famous last words. No doubt I'll do it later. In F4, which starts at 8:10 tonight. Assuming that Brazil qualifying in real life doesn't get delayed. Oh, I missed that. Oh, poo. Did he cut the entry, everybody? We don't know. It was on stream, but I didn't see. I'm going to say he did, just to spice things up. 5-second penalty coming Boyman's way. I'll have to look at the camera. I might just rewind the stream, actually. Just to keep you all informed. We'd like to know what's going off in the race. We will watch Boyman and see where he comes out. As he's going to have to get through a little bit of traffic. Turn the volume down on the stream, I don't want to hear that. Of course, we now have adverts on ERO because we're past 1,000 subscribers, which is a massive achievement, has to be said. Well done, Wojciech. He's done a fantastic job. Talking of fantastic jobs, Elliot Parker off the track into the pit lane, but he didn't cut the white line, so fair play to him. So Boyman now 5 seconds behind Lee Webb. No real battles going on, so we will just have a little bit of a rewind on the stream here. And I will confirm in a moment whether Boyman crossed the white line on entry. Oh, I think he did, you know. I think he did. I think he was a naughty boy. Yeah, I think he crossed the dash line, which counts. If you read Jacob Tucker's steward briefing. So it could be a 5-second penalty for Boyman and Morgonius. And of course Villeneuve has 5 seconds anyway. For the speeding the pit lane debacle. Silly boy. Not man, he's not a boy. Swiss stack all over the back of the front runner, Elliot Parker. Got the name, of course, by claiming that if he could, start every week and beat every race, then he thinks he would be a front runner of. Oh no, we've missed Tim. Never mind. A front runner of F5. He claimed this last year, and I think his highest position was like 10th or something. But anyway, he's currently P11, the front runner, or P12 now. So well done to him. For that one, Nico Hildeman. Oh no, Parker's gone. Oh, he's clearly listened to my commentary and in a rage just spun his rear tyres up. As Villeneuve back up into P4. To be expected, really. Morgoni's only 1 second behind Boyman. With a penalty, Boyman on fresher tyres, better tyres. Yeah, I can't see any interesting end for the win, but well done, Boyman. Again, another good race. 10 laps before the end, he's already won it. Unlucky that Lee Webb had internet issues, otherwise I think he probably could have challenged Boyman today. But, you know what they say, them's the breaks. So this race is really putting my commentary to the test now, because there is, look at the gaps, again. Why does this always happen? Just about now, it gets a little bit, a little bit dull, a little bit stagnant. As there's Russia 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane, missed his pit entry. That would have been really exciting for everyone to watch. But yeah, the gaps. I mean, the gaps just they're pretty big, aren't they? It's disturbing. Yeah. Russia pits, happy days. Boyman, the fastest lap of the race by a country mile. Clearly faster than everyone. Clearly. Arosha drops down. So we've got the top 3 nailed on as 1, 2, 3. They've probably all got 5-second penalties coming. Obviously, Villeneuve definitely has speeding. So he may get P2 if he can get his bumming gear a little bit. I need to catch up 3 seconds or so. I think... Villeneuve's got 3-second penalty now as well, so it's pretty much a race over him. So top 3 is sealed on. 4th probably sealed on too. Arosha... can he catch Tim Liza? Potentially. Lee Webb is the one to watch. We're going to watch for Lee Webb. Because I think he'll catch Black Wolf, and that will be a battle. And look at all the penalties ahead. Lee Webb could actually finish on the podium if he really gets a reel on. So we're going to focus on him for the entire 10 laps remaining. I mean, nothing else is happening. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. We do have 1,000 subscribers plus, but we want more. It is a good league. The true home of league racing. This is, you know, pretty entertaining stuff. It's up to this point. It's been entertaining. And this is, don't forget, the lowest tier of the lot in the PlayStation divisions. F4 follows this at 8:10 after Brazil quali, like I say, if Brazil quali isn't delayed. Which I personally don't think Brazil qualifying in real life will happen today. And the sprint and even the race may be cancelled if the weather stays as it is. Thunderstorms all weekend in the Real Brazil race, which is tremendously disappointing. Well, it's not. I want a wet race in Brazil. Who doesn't? Verstappen and Hamilton to lap the field. Last lap battle. Hamilton to win, fingers crossed. But I think it'll be too wet. It'll be too wet. They won't be able to see again and, you know, spray, etc. But you never know. A race in a thunderstorm might be entertaining, if a little unsafe. But anyway, here comes Lee Webb. No chance of a thunderstorm. This race is going to ease past Black Wolf for the most exciting moment of the past 5 minutes. Easy move, fresher tyres. He's now got 7 seconds to catch up with Arosha. Well, Arosha does have penalties, as does the Beyblade Tim Liza. And Villeneuve Morgan 2. Vries on 11 seconds. And boy, we're doing quite well on none. Shay Mabs, shout out to him. P10 may get a point in this race. And of course, a shout out to Nico Hilterman is in a world of his own down in P14. About to get lapped by Morgonius. I'd say he could potentially ignore blue flags, but I don't actually think he's fast enough to keep cars behind. But he's easily got out of the way there. Beautiful driving from Nico. He still comes every week despite my abuse. So fair play to him. He obviously enjoys driving an F1 car. Who doesn't? It's exciting stuff as Black Wolf is now just about keeping... I was going to say, yeah, is now out of DRS. But he's quite close. I mean, he might challenge. But anyway, Vindel's is close to Swiss Stack, so we're going to watch this instead. Because gaps are falling now, and Tim Liza is actually closing in on Villeneuve, which could be an interesting one towards the end. But here comes Vindel's. He's got a reasonable exit, but I think it'd be brave to send it down the inside of turn 1. He may have a go, though. He is doing. He's going to send it down the inside of turn 1. They're going side by side, but Vindel's is through already. He had such good top speed. So I thought there was going to be a massive incident there, and there wasn't. But anyway, Tim Liza on the back straight. Even past the back straight, there's a big field spread, isn't there? Massive. Close to Villeneuve. So this could be the battle. I think there will be a pass at some point. But of course, Villeneuve had an extra 3-second penalty. Oh, excuse me. I need a coffee. Yeah, so Tim's got P3 anyway. Double podium for... I was going to say Ferrari then. McLaren. The Orange Army. No move into turn 1, of course. That would be very suicidal. And I have to say again, I mean, Boyman must be bored. I know I call him boring Boyman, but it's more like bored Boyman. Because there's no challenge. There's absolutely no challenge. Yeah. I actually feel sorry for him. Leading the championship by a significant distance. Well, it's a bit like Stevie last year. I mean, well, it's actually not like Stevie last year. Boyman's actually got the pace advantage a lot more than Stevie did last year. And everyone was whinging last year, oh, Stevie too fast. But actually, there was a few drivers that are actually quicker than Stevie last year. It's just they made a lot of errors. Geodude being one, Nestek being another. And Stevie was just more consistent. And Tim Lizer is going to send it down the inside of Villeneuve, is he? No, not yet. Side by side, so Villeneuve's given a lot of room, and Tim Lizer is going to send it down the inside. Beautiful move. It was inevitable it's going to happen with the tyre differential, but he has got the job done as Villeneuve goes very wide. He's going to take a wide line into here. He's going to go hang it around the outside. Beautiful. Broke really late there from Villeneuve. He's now the inside of Tim Lizer. And they're going side by side in the final few corners. This is great racing from these guys. And Villeneuve's had to back out. But he hung on as long as he could there to the back of the McLaren. And now Arosha all over the back of Villeneuve. So there's a little bit of action towards the end of the race. As Lee Webb is gaining pretty well. He's not going to catch up. There's not enough laps. But yeah, it's a good performance from Lee. He'll be disappointed about his connectivity problems. But that's life. That's all that people say. So Rocha is all over the back of Villeneuve, and they go side by side before they even got onto the straight, and Rocha's gone very wide and gone off the track to overtake Villeneuve there. Questionable stuff. But they're probably friends. Portuguese, both of them. So maybe there'll be a report, maybe not. Probably not worth it, to be honest. Championship's over. We just want to see some battles, some fighting, which we are doing here. As if you look at those intervals, some fantastic intervals. Shabams must be bored. Luke Jobson's left, so he's stuck it out for a while, and he's only just left the session now. So very interesting that he'd retire at that time. As Arosha goes very wide, and Villeneuve's now all over the back of him. Arosha's actually recovered quite well, despite that ridiculous line into the corner. Shambolic. Absolutely shambolic line that was. Vinrals is having an absolute shocker of a race in P11. It was my tip for the championship sort of 3 or 4 races in. What has happened to him? What has happened to him? He's lost all ability. Down in P11. So I think I was just saying, Shea Mouse must be bored as well. In the world, there's only P10, but he's going to get a point. So perhaps he'll be happy. Nico Hildeman, how this man's not bored, I don't know. He's 50 seconds off the pace with a 9-second penalty in P14 last place. It's probably his best performance of the year so far. Oh no, he's now 1 minute 11. So something's happened to Nico Hildeman. He's going to get lapped by the entire field at this rate, which would be a serious achievement. My drive of the day for sure if that happens. Realistically though, drive of the day, let's have a look who has done well position change wise. Yeah, Black Wolf is pretty standard though. I can't give it him because he always gets it. Yeah, Beyblade, we'll give it Beyblade for now. P3. He's lived up to his nickname, spun around a few times on the one-shot qualifying lap, spun around, presumably, and then spun in immediately in lap 2 in this race, and he's up to P3, so, fair play to him. Arosha still over the back of Tim Lizer. Villeneuve dropped off the pace a little bit now. Clearly struggling, lost motivation. Sad to see Boyman far ahead of everyone. But Arosha is going to have a go at Tim Lizer. Does have more penalties, but that shouldn't stop you. We need a full send, as he goes completely off the track. As he is pushing, quite clearly. lap 24, lap 27. Not long to go. So we finished well in time. Oh, Rossi gets another penalty. Absolute nightmare. So that's ruined everything. But he'll probably still get past anyway. If I was Tim, I'd let him by. No point fighting. Pretty easy. He got a little bit close there, but yeah, pretty easy move. No point fighting from Tim, but he's going to anyway. Just to put on a bit of a show. Well done, Tim. Side by side through here. Squeeze him. Squeeze him. Squeeze him off the road. Come on. So they're going full throttle. Side by side through the fast right-hander. Some call it Bailey Corner. Named after me, of course. A fantastic save. In Season 6. We almost binned it in the wall, but saved it. And then the video proceeded to get 12,000 views. 12,000 views of me managed to keep it out of the wall. Who would have thought it? I didn't know I was that popular, but apparently I am. 12,000. Who on earth watched that? I only watched it 11,000 times. Who was the other 1,000? I don't know. Anyway, Elliot Parker, front runner in P12, gets another 3-second time LT to show his absolute class in F5. Nico Hilterman, beautiful stuff, gets another penalty as well. 1 minute and 26 seconds behind Swistak. We'll watch that one closely in the last few laps. Could be a tight one towards the end. Tim Liza is close to Rocha. Doesn't need to get past him, but we want it. Full send, Tim. Full send. We want to see a few more Beyblade spins. Rocha upside down in the chicane. Villeneuve gets on the scene and goes, what on earth has happened here? Boyman could afford to actually do a few donuts, and I hope he does, to be honest, on the last lap, because that would be entertaining. So if you're Boyman's engineer and listening, we want a donut on the last lap, please. He can afford it because Morgoni's got absolutely loads of penalties, and he's 8 seconds ahead of him anyway, which is pretty disturbing. So yeah, just a quick donut at the chicane, that'd be lovely, and then on the way, and I will watch it on the last lap, just in case. I'm talking the chicane at the end of the back straight, just at the end of Sector 2. That'd be a beautiful place for a night's victory donut on the last lap. Not seen before in ERO. We could make history. We could make history if you do it. So get on the blower to him. Be a history maker. Maybe he'll get more than 12,000 views if he does it. You never know. Tim Liza still 4/10 behind Rocha. He's going to send it down the inside into turn 1. He's very, very close. Does now break himself. Stays behind. Full throttle to the end of Sector 1. He's going to swing it into the final corner. Get on throttle as early as possible for that nice long back straight. He's going to be tight up Rocha's gearbox all the way to the chicane. So Boyman goes through the chicane now. Next lap he will be doing a donut there. Let's not forget. Plenty of space. He is going to lap Elliot Parker. The front runner is about to get lapped. This is a big, big moment in F5. I've never seen Elliot Parker get lapped before. I'm sure it's happened, but I've never seen it. And it will be a huge moment in F5 history to see the famous front runner get lapped. As Nico Hilterman is going for the record of the biggest margin of loss in an F1 race. As he pits again. Clearly not enough time for the fastest lap. He could actually get lapped again here. He's going to get lapped for the second time. He's going to get lapped by the field. Nico Hilterman's going to get lapped by everyone. This is incredible scenes. As Boyman crosses the line, he's going to go on his final lap. We will watch him on this victory lap because there's nothing else going on in the world. Elliot Parker, now all over the back of Nico Hilterman. A lap down on everyone if Parker can get by. And it doesn't look like Parker is going to get lapped, but Boyman, 9 seconds is the gap. Morgonius has a 3 seconds penalty and a 5 seconds one coming as well if you want to really be cruel on the pit entry. Don't think anyone will, to be honest, but it's there if you want to be a complete nasty man. But Boyman now, lovely exit onto the back straight, coming up to the chicane. Lovely donut, we're going to see it. This is going to be the greatest victory in Ero we have ever seen. Comes to the final chicane. Does he do a little victory dance of a donut? No, of course he doesn't. You know why? Because it's boring Boyman. Morgonius has lost places. He's disconnected. Oh no, what a time. What a time to disconnect. Something's happened to Morgonius. It's all gone wrong. Oh no. It's a disaster. He's lost positions galore. Oh, he's down into P6. What's happened to Morgonius? Is he out of fuel? Is he out of fuel? Oh, he's under-fueled. Oh, no, he's out of fuel on the last lap. Absolute shambles with strategy for Morgonius. Oh, no. Oh, well, safety cars are normally quite common in F5, but around France, oh, it's rare. Walls are pretty far away. But experience is needed as Boyman is going to cross the line for another great win. Well done, it's lovely, slows down. Donut, yeah, he's going to do a donut. Oh, where's the donut? Boring, Boyman does it again, but he wins a great win. Rocha, P2. Does he keep the place too? Dim Liza, no he doesn't. It's a McLaren 1-2. Great performance from them as Villeneuve managed to get Rocha on the line as well. As Lee Webb gets P3, Lee Webb's got a podium position. Great drive, great recovery from Lee after those clear internet issues at the start of the race. And Lee Webb has got P3 in this race. What a recovery drive. Consistent, beautiful thing. He could have challenged for the win if he didn't have those problems, I'm sure. What a shame for Lee, but a great recovery and a podium. Driver of the day for me is Lee Webb, 100%. Morgoni somehow finishes P7 with P8, I should say, with absolutely no fuel at all. Well done, Tim, for that. As we are going to watch Nico Hilterman on his cool-down lap, or his last flying lap, whatever you want to call it. Is he going for fastest lap? He is 6/10 up. Could he be getting fastest lap of the race? We don't know. We're going to watch his line through here. He's going to finish behind everyone by over a minute. Incredible stuff from Nico Hilterman, really. I mean, yeah, Brazil qualifying starts in 20 minutes. Will we finish this lap by then? We're not sure, but we may have done. Here he comes, he's going to lap Parker or unlap himself or something. Oh, there's almost a massive incident on the last lap. As Parker has also run out of fuel. Everyone's under-fueled. Mistakes were made. Well, everyone. 2 of the drivers are under-fueled. Nico Hilterman's going to cross the line, 2 laps down. 1 minute 42 behind his nearest rival of Parker, who's going to trundle across the line in P13. Unlucky for some. I actually quite enjoyed that race. It was good fun. Great sprint, great one-shot quali. Enjoyed that.